We often use the word beautiful to describe the natural world, and when we give ourselves the time to quietly observe it, we are often filled with a sense of awe. There is such diversity present, so many unique elements all existing peacefully and harmoniously together, all accepting and embracing their differences. The natural world as a whole system simply exudes acceptance. Everything in nature just is. From the tiniest to the grandest, there is acceptance for all to just be who they truly are. Have you ever noticed how accepted you feel when you spend time alone in nature? Self-criticism and judgment are experienced by many in today's society, yet we are born already self-accepting. It is our culture that teaches us to believe we are not already enough just as we are, and that we have to somehow attain acceptance from others. Believing we are not lovable, acceptable, worthy, or good enough are all beliefs at the root of many of the emotional health issues we see in today's world. We can all be so hard on ourselves at times, and when we allow our inner critic to dominate our thoughts, it can deeply impact our emotional well-being. The natural world is filled with perfect imperfections and variations, without which there would simply be no diversity at all. Can you imagine how different the world would be if everything was the same? If everything was the same shape, the same colour, the same smell, the same flavour. Most of humanity celebrates and appreciates diversity, difference, and imperfection in the natural world. A diverse system is a healthy system. Difference is needed for health. So we might like to consider applying this approach to ourselves. For we are worthy of the same acceptance and appreciation we give to others, are we not? No matter how critical or unkind we can be towards ourselves, there is always a deeper part of us that absolutely knows that what we tell ourselves is simply not true. It is that part of you that can be brought to the surface and magnified. You see, deep down, you are already self-accepting. It is just that you need to strengthen that part of you so that it can be heard and acknowledged. When we see something in nature that stands out and is different, we don't call it ugly and say you don't fit in. We don't think, what is wrong with you? We think, how beautiful, how incredible, how brilliant. And as we're a part of nature, that can only mean one thing. Each of us are beautiful, incredible, and brilliant too. We are acceptance itself. We have simply forgotten this truth. So it appears that self-acceptance is more of a remembering than anything else. So your invitation is to go anywhere in nature you wish to go and seek out, observe, and notice the diversity and imperfections present. Acknowledge, be grateful for, and love each element you discover, allowing and giving each the space to be fully who they are. As an example, you could find a tree that stands out to you. Look closely. Study the perceived flaws and observe the imperfections with curiosity. Ask yourself, what value, benefit, and strength might these imperfections give the tree? Do I see the value of the tree? Does it still provide shelter? Can it stand strong in the storms? Does the tree compare itself to other trees? Do the other trees shame and judge it for its difference? Does it shame and judge itself? And how do you feel about the tree's imperfections? What do you accept and love about its uniqueness? As you give this acceptance to the tree, take a moment to notice how you feel inside. What would happen if you treated yourself with the same compassion, acceptance, appreciation, and grace that you have given the tree? If we know how to give acceptance to another, it implies we also know how to receive it. As we can't give something of ourselves that we have never known, can we? Perhaps we might like to consider nature as our mirror and simply reflect upon that as a possibility to aid this process. As you give acceptance, you equally receive acceptance in a mutual exchange. Do this practice for as long as you need to, and until you begin to notice a shift in your thoughts and awareness. Over time, with practice, and depending on how committed you are to changing, it can be possible to turn your inner critic into your inner champion. To recap, the steps to follow are: walk in nature, seek out diversity and imperfections, ask questions and be curious, be accepting and grateful, notice how you feel inside, receive as you give acceptance, and notice how you feel about yourself. Enjoy the process. Approach it with an open and curious mind and heart. As you begin to remember to embrace what makes you different, you can choose to allow your uniqueness to be your asset and to propel you forward in life. After all, you never truly know what lies on the other side of self-acceptance. Aren't you curious to find out? You could just be one decision away from that knowing. Thank you so much for watching.